Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mayleaf. In this video, how to keep your loose leaf tea between infusions. In this video, we're going to try to figure out the best way to store your leaves between infusions in order to maintain as much of the aromatics and flavor in the leaf. This video is going to go onto the Tea Masterclasses playlist. If at any point in time you enjoy this video, then please give the video the thumbs up. The more thumbs in the air, the more tea videos are going to come your way. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, then go click that button. As a tea seller, I'm continuously telling clients that they should infuse their leaves multiple times. This is of course especially true if you're brewing Gong Fu style, but even if you're brewing Western style, you can usually get 1, 2 or even more really good infusions out of your leaves. And if you're throwing away your leaves after one infusion, then you're not maximizing the amount of flavor and aromatics that you can extract from the leaf, and in essence you're wasting a little bit of your hard-earned money. It's funny because I've done hundreds of workshops, and I've obviously do the YouTube channel, and we have an online platform, and by far the most commonly asked questions are related to this subject. Usually I get 2 questions at every workshop that I give. The first one is, what's the maximum amount of time that you can wait in between infusions before the leaf starts to go bad? And the second question is, how best do I store the leaf in order to maintain the aromatics of the leaf between infusions? And I've given pretty stock answers to those questions, but I thought I've never properly sat down and done a semi-scientific test on it. So that's what we're going to do today. And the tea that we've chosen to do this with is Hokui. Hokui is a green tea from Anhui County. It's one of my most favorite green teas. It's a really special, delicate green tea using the large leaves of the Sheda cultivar. We're not going to do a full explanation of Hokui because that would take too long today. We'll probably do another video on Hokui at some point, but it is a delicious Anhui green tea. And just like other Anhui green teas like Huangshan Mao Feng and yellow teas from Anhui County, they're very elegant, very delicate, very light, very pure, and despite the fact that they're large leaves, they are extremely pure tasting. So you're not going to get a lot of flavor, but the delight in this tea are those really light aromatics. And so this is why I've picked this tea for this test, because if any tea is going to suffer from being left a long time or being stored incorrectly, it will be this one. And my assumption is that if we figure out the best way for Hokui, then that should apply to all teas. So what I've done is last night, about 12 hours ago, I made a single infusion of Hokui, and I have then taken the leaves and stored them differently. So this one here was simply taken out of the gaiwan, placed on some kitchen towel and left in an odorless place, somewhere clean and odorless, to essentially air dry. This one here, we did the same thing, so we infused it once, we enjoyed that tea, and then what we've done is we've taken the leaves, the wet leaves, and put them in a sealed Tupperware dish and left them out in room temperature, but covered. This one here, we've done exactly the same thing, but we've stored it in a fridge. So we're going to see how temperature affects the flavor aromatics and the consistency of the flavor. And finally, this one here was done about an hour and a half ago. So about an hour and a half ago, we brewed up one infusion of Hokui, and we have kept it in the gaiwan, and now I've just moved it into a bowl. All of the leaves have been brought to room temperature, so they're all the same temperature, but they've all been stored slightly differently in terms of covered or dry, different temperatures, and we can also taste the difference between 12 hours and about 1.5 or 2 hours. So it's going to be taste test time now. In order for me to do this properly without any assumptions, I would like to do this blind. So now I'm going to pause the video. We're going to get Celine in here. I'm going to cover my eyes. She's going to brew these up. We'll add a few more seconds to the dried leaf. So we're probably going to brew these for about 25 seconds, and the dried leaf maybe 30, 35 seconds. Obviously, because it's dry, it's going to take a little bit longer for the water to enter the leaf. So hopefully we'll get a relatively even extraction from all of them, and then we're going to do our blind tasting to see which is best. Okay, we're back. Now, what Celine did is she mixed up all of the bowls whilst my eyes were covered. Underneath the bowls, I forgot to mention, I had already written the type of storage. So underneath the bowls, we know which type of storage, but she mixed all the bowls up, so I don't know which one's which here, and then she brewed the teas. So let me bring these a bit closer. Now, I want to taste these quite quickly because with tea, especially green tea, as you leave it, it'll start to change. And I'm really testing myself here to see if I can pick up the absolute tiniest subtleties in the storage method of the leaf. So this is going to be a bit of a test for me. They were brewed at about 80 degrees. And as I said, 20 odd seconds for the ones that were stored covered, and we added about, Celine added about 10 seconds to the one that was dry. So I don't know anything here. Let me just start over here and let's have a little sniff. So I'm using these glasses here. This gives me a nice large area for the aroma to build up. So let me smell. Oh, beautiful, smells of orchid. Very nice as well, smells of orchid as well. And again, that one less so. Interesting. Okay, so from smell, these two smell the strongest, but this is very, very subtle. We're talking about the smallest changes here. Right, let's have a taste. Okay, so it's got the orchid aroma. It's got a freshness of freshly cut grass, and it has a slight astringency that I wouldn't normally expect from a Hokui. Less astringency on this one, fuller flavour. Just going to have to A-B them. But slightly deadened. There's something not quite right about that. Let's try this one. Okay, this one has a good balance. Less astringent than this one. Has all of the flavor profiles. Maybe losing the top notes though, losing the aromatics that I think are more in the first one. So we're not getting a perfect answer here. Final one here. Not really sure about that one. That one doesn't really do it for me. It tastes a bit, it's got the same astringency as this one here. So the same astringency as this, and it doesn't have the top notes. So, which is my favorite? So difficult. We're talking about the most minute differences. Okay, so I'm going to make some decisions here. This one is the most balanced. I don't think it's been affected by whatever storage method it is. Maybe it's the fresh one, I don't know. And then I would say that after that, my favorite is probably this one. So I would say that these two are the winners. There's very little to tell between the difference here. Very little. I would probably say this is the winner and this is second place. And these two, I would say, go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have no idea. Let's see. So number one. Number one is dry storage. Okay, so this is the one that was left on kitchen towels just to air dry. Number two was fresh. Okay, so these two, I was choosing between the two. Fresh In other words, this was brewed an hour and a half ago. So what we can tell from this, and this again is just one type of tea, but you're welcome to copy this experiment. But what we can tell is that fresh tea and the dry storage is probably the best way to store your tea. And that's great for me because that's what I've been advising people for the past 7, 8 years, is telling people, do not cover your leaf, do not store it in the fridge. Instead, just put it on some kitchen towel and leave it to air dry in an odorless place. All right, number 3, fridge. Fridge storage is number 3. That's the one that kept the most amount of the high notes, but the astringency, the dryness that comes, seems to come when you cover the leaf, because this one here will be covered. So the least favorable methods of storing your leaf is covering the leaf. If you are going to cover the leaf, then fridge storage is better, but I would avoid covering the leaf. When you cover the leaf, it seems to increase the astringency. It seems to increase the dryness of the tea. The best ways are fresh and dry. I had real trouble deciding the winner out of these, which goes to show actually something really important, that even after 12 hours, if you dry your leaf well, as long as it's left in an odorless place to stay dry, then it is very close to something that's about an hour and a half or 2 hours old in terms of the last infusion. So they're very, very similar. So the takeaway points here is, try to drink your tea fresh, but you can leave it up to 12 hours between infusions. And if you are planning to store your leaves for that length of time, then my advice to you, as I've always been giving, is to take the leaves out of the Gaiwan, just spread them over some kitchen towel and leave them in a nice, dry, dark place without any odor, and that will be the closest you can get to the fresh tea. I hope that this has been useful to you, and now I've got a video to link to whenever anybody asks me this question, so it's a win for me. That's it, tea heads. If you made it to the end of this video, then please give the video the thumbs up. Check out our YouTube playlist and let us know if there are any videos that you would like us to make. If you're ever in London, then come visit us in Camden to say hi and taste our wares. If you have any questions or comments, then please fire them over. Other than that, I'm Don May from Mayleaf. Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from the tea bags, keep drinking the good stuff, and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea. Bye.